you can make fun of anything.
Right, but you called it shaming. I want to know why it's shaming. I think, and this is just my suspicion, can't prove it, I think most people subconsciously have a lot of red tape about making fat jokes, because I don't think you would have kept that energy if I was making short jokes. I don't think you would have kept that energy or had the same reservations if I was making a bunch of other stuff. Would you? So 2 weeks back, we put out a video in regards to some woman who got upset because her date saw her and then did a 180 and left.
Yeah.
I was supposed to have a first date tonight, and he just unmatched me on Bumble, so I guess we're not going to get drinks anymore. But I thought I would show you guys my outfit, so somebody saw it.
And then I remember I was like looking in something that I found out that the news articles were fraudulent and that she did in fact advertise how big she was. And so the dude who turned around and left when he saw her basically wasn't falsely advertised based off the pictures that she claimed she used on her TikTok.
No.
I got so many comments on this video asking if I was just posting selfies. I have to take my profile to all my friends and be like, is this what I look like? I want to make sure I'm accurately representing myself. I'm not able to just post selfies like thin people. Hell, I even have a beach picture where my stomach's out and you see my rolls. So he knew what he was getting into. I accurately represent myself on dating apps because I have to as a fat woman.
So we took down the video, we put out a little community post and said we're going to cover it in a future video. So I thought about it, we talk about it today. And what were your thoughts about the whole situation?
Yeah, that we needed to do a video about it, addressing it. But I find it interesting that in another video, you said something about not for shaming and this and that and that, whatever and stuff. And then we do that video, and then you call her all sorts of shit.
Sure.
That's shaming.
What do you mean I'm not for shaming? So,
But you said in a previous video, in another video,
right,
where we're talking about fat shaming and stuff like that, and going out there, you know, people being big and stuff like that, and you know, you were not for shaming people and you calling people names and shit like that. But then we do this video, and whenever we saw the face and the body didn't match, you went on an old charade and took.
yeah.
But that's shaming.
No.
Yeah, if you call someone a whole ass whale, you're shaming that person for the weight.
If you call someone stupid, is that shaming?
Yeah, it might be.
Okay.
Depending on the situation.
If you roast anybody, is that shaming?
It depends on the situation. We're talking about the context here. I'm talking about the context, of course. If we take it out of the context, calling anybody anything is not.
Okay, exactly. Well, the context is what's important. What was the information we were going on?
The information was that she misled someone into going into a date.
Absolutely.
Right.
And then she revealed what she actually looked like, and I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, okay, you can get this work. There's a difference between, let's say, you are led to believe that somebody's a war criminal. Mm-hmm. There's an article that comes out, and you roast them. You say, you demonic son of a bitch, you belong with Lucifer. You probably eating Satan's anus every day. Okay? And then it turns out that the news article that you're reading is false. Well, obviously, you owe that person an apology because of what you said.
Right.
But you also have to acknowledge that, like, the medium for which you normally rely on to get information wasn't accurate.
Right.
Right?
So
I think the issue in this lies not necessarily just in what was said, but more so how you handle it afterwards. Right? Video was up for an hour, taken immediately.
Yeah.
A nigga could have left that shit sit.
Yeah. Marinate.
We're gonna get those ducats. So when you say, so to address your point about shaming, I think there's a giant difference. I don't go out of my way to see somebody short. But if you acting big chested and you acting crazy, yo, my manlet homie, my hobbit looking Lord of the Rings nigga, my golem crawling nigga that came out the crib, you know, then you can get that. There's a difference.
You can get that word.
There's a difference. People say, "Oh, you can't make fun of people." No, you can make fun of someone because they're fat. You absolutely can.
I think you can
there's times when it's unwarranted.
I want to put it out there.
Right.
You can make fun of anything.
Right, but you called it shaming. I want to know why it's shaming.
No, I want to see what your position with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there is a difference and a difference to make. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're in it. So because we did that video where we talking about that, we need to make the difference. We need to put it out there and be like, okay, listen, this is what we stand on.
I think, and this is just my suspicion, can't prove it. I think most people subconsciously have a lot of red tape about making fat jokes, because I don't think you would have kept that energy if I was making short jokes. I don't think you would have kept that energy or had the same reservations if I was making a bunch of other stuff.
Absolutely.
Would you?
No, you're right.
You wouldn't have.
I said you're right.
You wouldn't have, right?
I'm saying you're right.
Okay, so that's my point. I think when it comes to fatness,
yeah,
people all of a sudden add an extra layer of protection, and they're just like, stop.
Get the fuck out of here!
You know?
We know what the fuck you did there.
You know what I'm saying? And so there is, right?
You're right.
So
You're right.
On one hand, I am sorry. Because one, I went at somebody who didn't deserve it. Because like, how many times have people seen an article or they hear a bunch of news coverage about somebody being a child diddler,
Yeah.
and people are off making all kinds of wild
Absolutely.
comments. If it turns out to be not true afterwards,
Nothing happens.
Should they apologize? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because a person's name has been disparaged, so you owe them that.
Yeah.
However, you're going off the information that you have. We're not a news agency, okay? You can't have someone vetting all the news articles to make sure the sources are factual and accurate. Like, no one's doing that. But what we can do, what we do have a responsibility is if it comes to our attention that we are incorrect about something, then you have to address it there.
So why do we have it? Where's that disconnect? Not that disconnect. I'm sorry. Let me take that back. Why do we have that thing where we feel some kind of way when we talk about fat, but not other people? Because actually, you know what? No.
You could probably know.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Fat woman. Because fat men, we don't give a fuck.
No, we don't.
You a fat bitch? You a big dude? Man, you fat. Get your lazy ass. We don't give a fuck about that, right? We don't care if it's a fat dude. If it's a fat lady, oh shit, we gotta be.
There's a bunch of men talk. Preach. Get them, preach. Tell them. Because body positivity ain't for men. It's for
No,
women.
it's not. Let's be clear about one thing. Body positivity. Body positivity. I'm not gonna say it. Body positivity is not for men.
Absolutely.
It's not a thing that is for men. It's not a thing where men are included. Yes, they make sometimes some efforts, but they're not. Even some very body positive people are like, I don't want to go out with a fat man.
Yeah.
They say it.
Yeah.
It's out there. Is that? Yes, a lot of you are going to be like, hey, but I wouldn't care. Yes, but we're not talking about your exception.
Yeah.
We're talking about most. And you go out there, motherfucker don't care. And like we were mentioning in that other video, there was a whole beauty pageant about body positivity, and then there was one ripped dude in there. What was that? No, you can't be having one ripped dude wearing swim thick or whatever, and you're ripped like that. It don't connect. So we know that. We know that's a fact. But there's other things like that. Height. You know what I mean? We clown dudes on height. I'm just not sure where it's from and why we do one and not the other. And we don't address it.
It's easy, bro. It's just we've convinced society that fat people are to be protected at all costs. They're to be coddled. They're to be treated like. And I'm like, no. At the same time, you don't have to go out of your way to do something. But if someone acting crazy and they can get this roast energy, they can get it on their fatness too. Simple. That's it. But if you're asking me where it comes from, it's because we've made it red tape and taboo in our society to say so. We are this whole body positivity movement stems from that emotion where it's like, we're gonna just talk like it's not a problem, and you being, morbidly, it is. You being morbidly obese is a huge problem. Okay, but we're making it so we can't talk. It's a boogeyman.
Yeah.
The same way you can't talk about certain forms of racism or whatever. This is very similar. And so that's where it comes from.
If you go to a certain country and you talk about what's going on there,
Yeah.
certain people are not gonna like it, but it is what it is.
Yeah. So again, this is one of the. I think it's twofold. First, you start off with, we fucked what I talk about the amount of folds in the body. Listen, bro, I'm not making more fat jokes.
I haven't said anything.
Maybe this is too big for you to comprehend.
You stupid. Okay. Get the fuck out of here.
All right.
Yeah, you slept well. You slept well.
Listen, when I
you got that energy.
I don't know, my brain be firing in ways I can't even understand.
You stupid.
All right, but moving past that. No, that's not even a fat joke. Stop. Everything can be a fat joke.
I didn't say anything.
Think big. See? You know what I mean?
No, now you just.
I'm gonna try. Okay, so all this to say, I think the real sad part is that we can't rely on our media platforms to report on things honestly, which puts the public in a very precarious position because people say, "Do your research." It's like, well, not everyone got the time to do it. Not everyone got all this other stuff to do it. Yeah, but you guys should hire a bunch of. I'm like, man, if you think I'm reading every article and then pass it through a vetting system, ethically, I think you can make the argument that maybe we should, and maybe that should be a practice we going forward. But the truth is, you want to know what our process is? I see something on Google, I pick it up, and then if it sounds fishy, then I'll look deeper into it. But generally, I do most of the research on these topics. And so, it's not a deep dive. It's like, oh, this looks credible. And then we move from there. And I'll try to look at the news source. And if it looks half decent, that's fine. As long as I'm not reading from something like theonion.com, generally, most of these things go well. But sometimes subscribers point it out to us. And when they do, we try to rectify things right away. But yeah. That's where I stand. I think it's unfortunate that in this media cycle you can't rely on it. Because apparently, from one of the videos I'd seen from the girl, she posted about the fact that the news company in question had acted like they quoted her and they interviewed her when they never did.
I got an email from the Daily Mail and the US Sun asking to use screenshots of a video I posted that's gone viral because they wanted to do a story about it. The email was asking for permission. Not sure why they asked for permission because they posted the story without my permission. And what's even crazier is the headline, like they interviewed me. This is me. I'm curvy and proud, but cruel trolls say I catfished my Bumble date when he stood me up. Chloe, don't know you, but we never spoke. I've never once called myself curvy. I don't use that term. I'm plus size or I'm fat. Also, when did I give you permission to write a story about me?
Wow.
So you're seeing that there's a lot of journalistic bypasses that are happening. And I think it's unfortunate because even if you move past us, okay, let's say this just goes viral on social media like it did before we saw it. You can't expect everybody in the public to do their research as well. So we have a problem being compounded both by influencers and people in the media or YouTubers like us, and then also by regular people such as yourself who share it on media and make it grow organically to where we cover it. So there's so much of that happening, and I think it's just, I think it's unfortunate we can't rely on our media system for anything.
On my side, I'm pretty sure we're going to make sure that we are going to do our job into looking into information. Of course, things are going to slip up. Like you said, it's crazy that the news outlet, that's their job, and they actually have some rules and regulation that they have to go by into in order to deliver a story where YouTubers, but we still have a sort of responsibility towards that. That being said, yeah, we fucked up.
Yeah.
And whenever we fuck up, we're going to say we fucked up. It's not a problem. It's not an issue. That's fine.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's all I got to say.
Yeah. Leave a comment below with your best fat joke and let us know what you guys think.
All right, back to big bigness.